Hey there, future tech wizards. So you are eyeing that dream job at a top MNC? Well, buckle up, because today we are going to break down the whole technical interview process, from the first call to that final round. If you are aiming for companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft or Facebook, this video is your guide to crushing those interviews. Let's dive in. First up, we are having the screening call. This is often your first impression with the recruiter. And while it's not super technical, it sets the tone for everything else. Expect basic coding problems and maybe some behavioral questions. The recruiter wants to get a sense of your experience and see if your background aligns with the role. They are also going to ask you about your availability and salary expectations. So tell me about your experience with JavaScript. Or can you walk me through your project on X? Here's a pro tip. Don't just list your skills. Demonstrate them with real-world examples. And remember, this call is your chance to ask about the company and the role. It's a two-way street. Next up, the dreaded coding assessment. But don't worry, it's not as bad as it seems. This round is all about testing your problem-solving skills. You'll typically face one or more algorithmic challenges, like sorting algorithm, dynamic programming, or data structures like arrays and linked lists. Some companies will have you do this live on a coding platform, like HackerRank or CoderPad. Others will send you a take-home test to complete within a day or two. Here's a mistake to avoid: panicking when you see a tough problem. Stay calm, break it down into smaller parts, and then write your code. Don't forget to test your solutions with edge cases. Here's a tip: focus on writing clean, efficient code and explain your thought process as you go. This will show that you can communicate your ideas clearly, a skill that's just as important as coding itself. Alright, now you're getting into the heart of the interview process, the first technical round with an engineer. This is where things get more intense. You'll usually be asked to solve coding problems on the spot, and sometimes you'll even have to write your code on the whiteboard. Yes, it's a thing. You'll be asked to solve algorithmic problems, often focused on data structures like trees, graphs, stacks, and queues. You might also get questions on recursion, dynamic programming, or system design basics. So here's a pro tip. If you're stuck, don't just sit there quietly. Talk through your thought process. Even if you don't get the answer right, interviewers want to see how you approach problems. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes, but how you handle them shows your ability to think critically and stay composed under pressure. Now, if you're aiming for senior roles or positions at big tech companies, you will likely face a system design interview. This round tests how well you can design scalable, efficient systems. You might be asked to design something like a URL shortening service, a chat application, or even an e-commerce website. You will need to think through high-level concepts such as databases, load balancing, caching, and microservices. It's less about writing code and more about demonstrating your understanding of how to structure a system. Here's a pro tip. Start by clarifying requirements. Ask questions to fully understand the scope of the system you're building. Then sketch out your design. Talk about trade-offs and explain how you would handle things like traffic spikes or database scaling. Focus on clarity, logic, and the big picture. You don't need to solve every single problem, but demonstrate your approach. Let's talk about the behavioral interview. Yep, that's right. After all the technical rounds, you'll probably face a behavioral interview. This round is all about getting to know you as a person and your fit for the company culture. They'll ask you about your past work experiences, how you have handled conflicts, and how you have worked in teams. Be ready for questions like, tell me about the time you solved a difficult problem, or how do you handle tight deadlines. Here's a pro tip. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, to structure your answer. It helps you stay concise and focused. Last but not the least, we have the final round. This might involve interviews with senior leaderships or other important stakeholders. Here they'll assess your cultural fit, leadership potentials, and long-term vision. Expect questions that dive deeper into your values and how you align with the company's mission. You may also face leadership-related questions, such as how you motivate a team or how you deal with conflicts. This is where you need to show both your technical expertise and your ability to be a leader and a cultural fit. Be genuine and show them how your values align with theirs. Remember, every company is different, but these are the core rounds you will find in most technical interviews at top MNCs. Prepare, stay calm, and most importantly, be yourself. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more career tips and interview preps. You've got this. Now go and nail that interview.